Hi everybody, I'm Christy from My Artful Adventures, and we are here in the Vintage Wednesday event. So we're going to make something with some vintage items, and so our adventure today is going to be with buttons. That was what the thing was, to make sure that we added to our projects today. So they don't have to be vintage. They can be, they don't have to be, but that's what we're going to do, is use some buttons. So we'll see how that goes today. So buttons are really kind of fun, aren't they? There's so many kinds, so many colors, and you know, it's really fun when you look at a bunch of older buttons and you kind of look at them and you wonder how old they might be. And you know, everybody they saved their buttons because, you know, you didn't always have a chance to you know, they were great about recycling everything. And so if you had something that you weren't going to wear anymore, or it needed to go off to the, you know, whatever, maybe they were going to cut up. My grandma would take things and she would cut them up and use them to make quilts. And she would make crazy quilts. And they truly were crazy patterns, that's for sure. And you know, so they would throw those buttons in, you know, in something. And I see that a lot of the buttons that I have, they look like they have, you know, been clipped off of something. So I'm going to put you down here to the workspace here, and we are going to get started. If I can figure out what I'm doing. Let's see. We're going to do another envelope thing today. We are going to make a shaker, and today we're going to put some buttons in it. How about that? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off to start with. And now to make it to where we can put buttons in it, it's going to have to be a little bit thicker. Now I'm going to, let's cut some of this up. We for sure are not going to use any of this stuff, so let's get rid of that over on the side. And you know, maybe we make it about equal on both sides to start with, and that way, that's probably a good idea. That's like 1.25 inches. Okay, so let's do about 1.25 inches. That looks like it's kind of at the edge of that envelope. And we'll cut that off. Ooh, look at that. And I'm not going to do all of that down here yet. I think I'm going to give myself a bigger spot along here just to work with. And the way that we're going to build this, I am going to just release this section. We're going to keep it together at the side, but I'm just going to release this. Okay. Now, I found this this thing of papers, and I'm like, these are great papers. And then as I looked at it, then I get to because I'm always doing this. How many of you are like this? You like look at stuff from back to front. How many do that? Is it just me, or do a bunch of you do that? So I'm looking at it back to front. I'm like, oh, this has got some great stuff in it. I'm really liking this. So much of this could be just perfect. Look at how vintagey these look. Oh, vintage letters, vintage postcards. Oh, look at this. And then I get all done. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this. This is a fabulous pad of paper. No, it's called Vintage Emporium. I'm like, oh my word. Still, it was a good find, right? So as I was looking through here, I found this page that's got, we're going to use this one. Look at these women here. And I thought, oh, they would be perfect to stick in this. Look at that. And we'll put some buttons in there. Won't that be fun? So we're going to put those in there. So let me just kind of mark where that is. And I'll just cut it off there. So I'm going to make it bigger so I don't have to worry about where it goes. So I'll just kind of trim it off here. So let's get the paper trimmer back. Now, I don't want to cut up all of this page. And that's one thing that's nice about these trimmers that have the pointy blade. You can just, you know, go to somewhere and turn. Although I have to say, I really do like the ones that have, now the problem is I can't really tell where that is. It looks like kind of about here. And if it's not, it'll be close. But the kind that have the circle blades, I really like those. Oh, we didn't get quite to the end. That's fine. But aren't those fun? Look at those old things. So buttons and clothes. Could it be any better than that, you guys? Hey, you guys, thanks for popping in. Let's see who all is here. So, I already said hi to Sherry, and it's Heidi's event. This was a fun idea, Heidi. And we got Teresa, Linda, Carol, Jeanette's here, Cheryl, Glinda, Lisa, Gina. Hi, Teeny, Diane. You guys, I know, it's so fun to be with all of our friends. And Cheryl, Lori, Laura. Oh my goodness, we got a bunch of people in. And Kathy. Celeste is going to be up next. I see Celeste on here too. She's going to be up next. Okay, so here's the deal. Because buttons are, you know, obviously most buttons are going to be thicker than sequins, right? And so you got to have some room. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put this down. We'll put a little glue under here, and we'll put this down on the bottom. But we're going to build it up. And I've shown you before how we can use, gosh, that is kind of, I've been having trouble with that tiny bottle. So let's just use this. I've shown you how to use some foam tape and even layer it up if you need to. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any thick foam tape. And sometimes you guys might not have any foam tape at all. So I thought, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's figure out a different way to build up our side area. Okay? So, what we're going to do is, I've got some chipboard. And I cut some thin strips with it. And let's just grab a button or two. I don't know what buttons we're going to use yet. But let's just we'll get an example button. So if you get them and they're too thick, they're not going to be able to move around. Now, we don't want any that have the shanks on them. I mean, you could cut them off. But here's a decent sized little button. So you kind of have to see, you know, what the thickness is going to be. And I figured if I use 3 of these, that might be thick enough to let it move around. Yeah, I think so. I think 3 of these stacked up. And this is medium chipboard. And, you know, if you've got some cardboard or whatever you want to use and layer up just as long as you can get it layered, I think, you know, that you're going to be fine. Excuse me. So now I just have to get these along here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll put them right along here and try to make them kind of straight. And so if I get them, here's my plan. I'm going to do 3 across here and here, and then we'll do our bottom section. Actually, I'm going to do that a little higher. No. It's going to be easier if we can stack, if we can do this. If we can come along one side and then run straight across the other side to make sure that we've got our little, our shaker contained, right? We got to contain the shaker. So I need it to be, I actually need it a little bit longer because we don't want our brown stuff showing, right? Now, let me see. Let's get some scissors. It'll be a little bit better for this. Haha! Okay, so I need 3 of these. Well, actually I need 6, right? We need 6 of these. I'm going to try to cut them so they're even. Gosh, do you guys think that that's enough to go across? Wouldn't that be perfect? So I need 3. And So we'll get that done. So that one's kind of skinny. I'll put it in the middle. But if I get these layered up, then I think, you know, I think that's gonna work for us. Oh, let's keep using these to measure. So 1, 2, 3. But you know that you just need something to give it some depth, right? And so that's all we're looking for here. Now, before we cut the other part, let's go ahead and stack these up so they can start drying. Gosh, you know what? I got my full bottle of my reptile glue here. I'm just going to use it straight from the big bottle. And because it will grab quick and be faster drying, I think, than the... Gosh, I'm not used to it coming out that much. You guys know I always use that tiny little bottle. So I'm just going to put that there, glue them together. Okay. And I'm not going to need a whole bunch, but oh my goodness. Just stick them up. And that's one of the things I like about this glue is it grabs quick and it'll dry pretty quickly. I thought we had 3 of those. Only got 2. That's okay, I got plenty. Makes me wonder what I was thinking of when I was cutting the little strips. You know, I was gonna cut these and I thought, oh, because I thought I'm not gonna have anything to do. I'm gonna be done too fast. Maybe I'll just cut my strips live. And then I decided I've got a great big cutter that I use for this, and I thought I can't drag that thing around. It's heavy to get off and on the table, and that would just be ridiculous. And then as long as it took me to cut them, I'm like, yeah, nobody wants to watch you cut cardboard. Right? Oh my goodness. Hi Maritza. Hi Carol, how are you? All right. So get that on there. Hey Sherry. Okay. And we'll get that on there. We'll let that dry a second. And I mean, they don't have to be just perfect. I mean, the point is to just, you know, have something with some dimension. And so now, when we get ready to glue the other part down, in fact, you know, we could go ahead and just start doing that now. And we'll just put them at the sides of the window and let them dry right there. You know, I'm going to turn my fan off. Hang on one second. My stuff is blowing all around here. Okay. Hasn't this been fun? Don't you just love doing stuff with buttons? I mean, they're just, and there's so many to look at. I mean, so many colors, so many styles. And you guys, I have a fun thing I want to show in a few days. A really fun thing. And I thought, I've been wanting to kind of do some embroidery again. And I found a cool thing to do that kind of incorporates a little bit of, you know, kind of an embroidery stitch and buttons. You know how French knots, you know how to do a French knot? Well, it's that. And, okay, I gotta turn it this way so I can see what's going on. Okay, and I don't think it needs to be exactly perfect. Now, oh, that'll work. Okay, that's gonna work. Is that the same size as this one? Oh, look at that. We got a head start. Head start. We just do 3 of these. Okay. Well, I don't know. I laughed about you not wanting to watch me cut cardboard in here. Look at what you're doing. Watching me cut cardboard. Oh my gosh. Okay. These are fun, you know. In the Crafty Bunch, we are really starting to have quite a few events during the month. I think, I'm not sure, but I think I counted up maybe 21 for this month. I'd have to check again, but that would be close. You are cross-stitching right now, Laura. Oh, I haven't cross-stitched in a zillion years. I used to do it a lot when the girls were little. Lots of cross-stitch. Oh, thanks, Celeste. Just something fun to do, right? Use some of these things. Get some use out of them. Now, I tell you what, though. This way to make a shaker card, I think, is so easy. Just by opening this up and leaving it connected. Oh my gosh, the one I did for Tiny Tuesday this week? I'm like, okay, that did not really go as planned. I got it done in the end, but keeping the envelope with the window attached to itself, or even if you could even slice it here and it still wouldn't be too bad. But, oh my goodness, sometimes we start with a plan, or we have an idea, and then it just is kind of, it goes all over from there, right? All right, you know what? I should have measured this before I got done here. Wait, did I put glue on there? Yes. Okay. So we got that. Let's flip it around here. And we got a little bit of white showing down there, and that's okay. That's not going to be a problem, because I would rather it be like that, because instead of showing, through the window, right? Oh my gosh, right? You never know what's going to go right. Okay, now this is going to be kind of thick for as we put this together, and we might change our mind. As we fold this over, we might decide that's just going to be too thick. I think it's going to be okay. Now, the top is going to be a little bit different, but I think I'm going to go with it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, find some buttons to go in here. So I've got a variety of buttons, and I thought we would see what we want to use. Look at this. Now here's vintage. This was one of my this was dishes, her dishes, and newer dishes, obviously. But, oh man, she loved those. Now, I wanted to look through here because there was actually a couple I saw in here that I thought, oh, those look really vintage. Super vintage. You guys, I might have more idea now than I'm going to have time. And there I was worried about having more time than I needed, right? So that's not the one. Where was it? Maybe it's not in these. There it is. I see it. I see it, you guys. Look at this. It's very rustic and old looking. It's got a little bit of shine to it. But, look at it. It looks old. And I thought, oh, look how cool that would be on top of here. Look at that. So there we've got clothes and buttons. Oh, I thought that was cute on the back, but it's purple on the front. I don't need that. You know what? Let's empty some of these out so we can see. Now I've got a whole bag. Oh, look, this would be interesting. That's got a little bit of texture to it. Now, I was hoping I might find some that might have a little bit more color to them. But I wasn't sure how they would look. Well, maybe just a darker brown. I don't know, what do you think? There's a dark brown one. But I do like that. Here's another one. This is a lot like this one, just smaller. That's cool. Somebody might be a button expert. Could be Mother of Pearl. I just don't know. You have a teacup that matches that. I have several teacups of this. I only have the one saucer. For some reason, we only had one saucer left. And you know what I really love about it, because it reminds me a lot. There's a pattern that has been around for ages that was some teeny tiny little rosebuds. And when I was little, my dad had built me a playhouse, and I had some dishes, and I still have one piece of it left, and it's kind of like a little tiny covered dish. It's got a tiny lid in it, on it, and it's just very small, but it's got that little, and I know if you guys saw it, I know you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like some little rosebuds, and then, you know, green stem work, just very slight. And gosh, I have seen so many things with that kind of pattern, and it must have been very popular because they made, like, you know, a kid's set of dishes like it. Well, and I don't think we need too many, right? But now if we're going to get them down here, I don't know. Let's grab some others. Here's one. You know what? I don't need a staple in it. If it had thread, that would be okay. I don't need a staple. Except, gosh, do I have anything to pull it out with? Here, let's see if I can pry it out with my little pokey tool. And hope I don't pokey tool myself. And try new ideas. Yes. And, you know, you're just like thinking it through, right, Linda? You're just thinking it through. Okay, we got one. I need one more dark button. Let's even it out. Now, this one's got like a shank on it. But, you know what? I bet it wouldn't turn. It's not going to have enough room to turn over. And it's big enough. I mean, the thing is big enough. Let's use that. You guys think that's enough buttons? Or what do you think? More buttons? Fewer buttons? What do you think? We don't want to get too many because we still want to see our ladies, right? But I'm afraid if we get them all bunched down here, we need enough to make it look like they could shake around, right? What do you think? I'm waiting for help. Sometimes you like the back better. Yes, Martha, that's true. That is very true. Sometimes it's hard to decide. Oh, and I saw some that really had something funny on them, and I can't remember what it was. But I like these because this bunch right here looks old. They look old. Maybe take the big one out. Okay, I got two that are about, I've got, which one? I'll call this 1, 2, or 3. Is this the one you mean? This one? That's kind of like that one because it's got some fun texture on it. The big white one. This one? Are you guys talking about this one? Or this one? I like this one. It looks old. Looks older than me. Just one. Take one out. Do you mean this one? Take the biggest one out. You guys, I swear these are like the same size. These are the same size button. So much for asking for help. Oh my gosh. I am, Capri. I'm making a shaker card. Okay. Oh, I think it's going to have plenty of room to move. Because if this is all we're going to put in here. Okay, I don't have to, well, you know what, I am going to put these away because if I don't throw them in here now, there's no telling what will happen. So, please excuse me while I tidy up buttons. Capri, did you? Yeah, that was kind of fun. It was a different, I don't know what. Now here's, okay. Now if this one was in there and you said take out the big one, I would have known. I would have known which one it was. Watch me. This might be the only time you see me tidy. Mark it on the calendar, somebody. Oh, you guys, actually, I cleaned up quite a bit this morning already. I got up about 5:45 so that I could make an airport run. I had to go and pick up my granddaughter and great-grand. Took them to the airport. They were going to go and meet my daughter and her guy. They're going to Costa Rica. Okay, so now what we do is we flip them over like this, whichever way you want to see them. You know what? This is the back of that button, but I like it. So we need to make sure that we've got it on the side we want to see. I don't think any of these are going to be able to flip in here. I don't know. Oh, maybe this is what you're talking about. Yeah, I might need to arrange some of these. Oh yeah, look at that. Now when I do it like this, that's not going to have a whole lot of room. I see. Okay. Which one should I leave in? Left or right? Leave it in. Is this event a vintage craft or vintage buttons? It's just called Vintage Wednesday and we're supposed to use buttons. So, I don't know. Some of our themes are loosely woven. So, but here, this looks vintagey, right? So, I don't know. Leave left or right? Susan. I see, said the blind man. Leave the right one? I kind of like that one. It is a little interesting. But you know what, you guys? Change of plans. Nope. We need to change this. Those are too big to shake. They're too big to shake. We're not going to get any shaking. Let's put some little buttons in. And then we'll leave it at that. Oh, here's a pretty little one. We'll put some that are kind of cream colored. Get some, oh, here's a pretty one. Let's put a big one down here. This one that I have that direction, that's kind of cool looking. Okay, you guys, that's it. I'm calling it. You're going to have to move on. So now let's go ahead and we're going to put our glue down here. But look, no foam tape required. But we need, whoa, oh my word. That, let me spread it out a little bit. There. Okay. And now all I'm going to do is fold it over like this. And make sure that we get it sealed all the way around. Now you guys, we are going to put this on top. Okay, there we go. There we got a button shaker. What do you think? Okay, so now we got this. We need to cover that up with something. I don't know. Should we just use some more of this? Or, I didn't even think about this having this ugly color on it. And I really don't need, now this is to the edge up here. And we're going to do something else with that. Okay, you know what? Eventually we're going to put this on a DVD case. And I think we want to trim a little bit of this off down here. Just a little bit. At which that's not going to work. because it can't go flat. Oh my goodness. And it doesn't matter how straight it is on here, because we're going to cover this up. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to ink this, because I don't know what of it is going to show in the end. What I do? Oh, like, where's the tea dye ink? Hello, here it is. Okay, so we're just going to do this real quick. Oh, thank you, Diane. Really? Well, my grandson's dad and his now wife, they went to Costa Rica, I don't know, a couple years ago. They absolutely loved it, and they just could not stop talking about it. And I know we know other people too that have gone and really enjoyed it, so they are all really, you know, looking forward to it. I need to put this on something so I can get more ink on. Oh, you guys, I don't think I'm gonna have enough. Here I was thinking I was just gonna have too much time. Oh my goodness, you guys, that had that ink or that glue on it. Okay, let's call that part done. So we've got this done, and now oh my goodness, now I had this piece of fabric and I ripped this off, and I thought it would be fun to kind of gather some of it up and put it along the edge. I guess this probably looks like it is the front edge. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. Let's gather some of it up. And I think I'm just going to kind of go from straight edge to straight edge. What does that even mean? Sometimes not today, with an envelope that has a final notice or past due. Wouldn't that be fun? Well, thank goodness I'm not getting any of those. I can't help you with that. Okay, I just want to do a real easy little, oh, you can't even see. I'm just doing a running stitch through here. And I just want to pull it up a little bit. And just kind of put it along the edge a little bit. I don't have quite enough. Now, I didn't know if I would have enough to run it clear around the edge. I didn't really think so, but if I don't gather it a lot, I might have enough to go clear around. Let's just do it. Let's finish our running stitch and see if we can get it all the way around. What has happened here? I thought that was the... What in the world? What has happened? I thought I had kind of... Oh, there we go. I just had too much of it in. I was just going to do a single strand. Okay, we're back on track. So, and I don't even care if you can see this, because I can probably put something else over the edge. Or not, I'm not sure. But I just thought, you know, now that we've got our ladies with their clothes and they've got buttons, kind of look like a little catalog or like a clothing ad, I guess, right? And you guys, I want to do this to another piece that I've got that's some lace, and I thought I would do that and make a little flower. Make it fit. Make it, yeah, I think so. May need to put most gathers in the corner. Yeah, I think you're right, Laura. which is the front, which is the back, right? I know. Well, interestingly, on this piece, it doesn't look like it would look bad either way. You know, sometimes it's really obvious and you can tell. And, you know, a lot of times when you look at, you'd put a picture of Elvis in the background. Well, you can make an Elvis shaker card if that's what you want to do. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, I kind of had a panicked moment. I thought, oh my goodness, you know, I only have about half an hour and I need to get going. So I run to finish getting ready. And I thought, oh, I haven't even set up my camera or anything yet. I'd make sure that it's on. And, you know, all the parts are ready to go. And then I go to get ready, and then I'm like thinking, or I see Heidi says, she tells Jen she's going to get her in like, you know, about half an hour or something. And I'm like, wait, why is she telling Jen that? And then I'm like, I'm like, oh yeah, because that's not what time I was going on. You know? It's like, oh my word. This will be this week. I had several lives. I don't even think I did a live last week. But you know, you don't always have to be doing something live, right? I don't know. Okay. They didn't, it didn't take them very long to get through TSA. I just barely had gotten home and was making coffee, and I got a message saying that they had, you know, made it through security, and she was worried about her suitcase being overweight. So I said, well, you know, do you have to pay extra for your suitcase? And she said, no, it was 47 pounds. I'm like, barely made it, right? That's cutting it close. Okay, let's put, why don't we start at the bottom? I think that would be a good idea. If we did around the bottom. Now, we have to be strategic here. You know what? Let me grab a couple of clips, because that might be our best friend for this, getting it around the corner. But you guys, I really didn't know what I was going to do, and I found this DVD cover, and I'm like, you know, that could be kind of fun to use for something. Who knows? You could keep things in it, you know, you could keep some keepsakes in it, you could use it for ephemera, you know, put some vintage ephemera in it. Oh, you guys, look at this. This is gonna be perfect. Whoops. I'd rather have that in my needle so I can tie my knot when I get... Anyway, they had already gotten through, you know, TSA right away. So I was glad. She was really in a dither trying to get over to the airport because she thought that she had figured incorrectly about timing. And they changed what gate it was going to be at, and at the last minute, and she was really kind of stressing out. You know, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and start adding some glue here so we can start getting it down. Maybe. Come on. Oh my word. Why? Why, when you're ready for your glue, will it not come out? There we go. I see it coming out. Okay, and I'm just going to put it back along here. Because I want to make sure that it's at the edge of that window. Like that. Oh my gosh, you know what this makes me think of? Did any of you ever make any of those fancy photo albums with a bunch of fabric covered stuff? This reminds me of putting all those things together. Whoops, I may have misjudged here, you guys. Coming around the corner. Okay. Well, it's pretty close. Okay. We didn't put glue down here, so we can we've got some room to adjust, make some adjustments done. Look, now we've got our little red stuff that we needed covered up. That's coming along. Okay, let's go ahead and tie this off. Well, one side is clearly more gathered up. Oh, I know what. You know, I said I was thinking about putting a flower. We can put the flower down in this corner. Let's do that. And let me run this through here and tie a knot. And I just like to go through here and catch my thread, the little loop there, and pull it. Oh my goodness. Pull it tight and then pull it through here. Okay. Now I'm gonna, let's tuck it under. Let's run it through the underside here. You guys are probably thinking, what in the world is she doing? Okay. So there we got, oh, and I know I dropped my cap. Oh my goodness, it about got too far for me to reach. Okay, so we got that. And now, where's my other lace? Okay, so here is this lace, and we're gonna do another little piece. Where's the needle? Oh, phew. I don't think there's enough here, so put some more on. This, you guys, this is so fun. See this here? I got this from our friend Crafting with Nani, Liz, and she lives out in West Texas, and she does she uses the dirt out that direction, has a lot of red in it, and she, you know, I'm just gonna double this and keep it doubled so I don't have to mess with it, because it's gonna be pretty tight. I'm not gonna have to worry about it. We're just gonna pull it tight, pin a corner with a safety pin, and button with a shank. Pin corner with a safety pin and button. Well, that would be cool. Okay, so so she dyes a lot of things using that. I don't like going that direction. Hang on. I want the thing to be here. So she uses that, you know, she's got like the muddy water stuff with that red dirt, and she gets the coolest things, and depending on what the fabric is or whatever, you know, it just is so fun. Oh, this is not going to be big enough, you guys. This isn't. What was I thinking? I was thinking this was a bigger piece of lace. Oh, I know what we'll do. I figured it out already. But sometimes it'll be kind of a more pinky color. Sometimes it'll be this. I wish I would have pulled out another couple of pieces to show you the difference, because I've had several pieces from her, And it's just so fun to see how different it is. Oh, I wish I would have. Okay, I gotta be careful. I'll pull that right through. What would you keep in a little DVD case that you fixed up cute? What would you use? What would you do with it? So now all we gotta do, we just need enough so we can circle it around. And that's plenty. That's plenty, you guys. So now let me just join it back over here. There. Cute. So we basically kind of made a little rosette looking type thing. And I'm just gonna stitch it across from each other. Oh, I'm sorry if I keep getting out of the frame. Oh, Heidi says she'd keep ephemera in it. Yeah, I think that would be fun. Working as fine makers. I hope so. I hope working those fine motor skills will keep me young. Okay, let's go ahead and clip this off. And I'm just going to clip it behind. Give myself plenty so it can wrap around here. Because then we can, whoa, we can use our glue there. There we go. And now let's find, so now we can put it down here. Really, that's not too bad. Oh, you're right though. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't think I have a pin handy, but that would be kind of cool. And then there were several of these that had shanks on them, I think on both of them. Oh, hey. Remember last time? If you remember the hanky skirt, remember the broken jewelry that I got out? Look at this. Maybe we could put one of these right on. Oh, I love it. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get this one part apart. It's just like a little earring thing. Oh, wait. Hang on one second. I need to get something better to cut that with. Let me see if these will work. That'll be better. I don't want to mess up my scissors. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But now I can't wear that. Oh, look how fun that would have been, you know. Just one little sparkle there. How about that? Oh, that's cute. Well, I left this on here in case I wanted to, you know, sew the button on. But I'm not going to use a button. I'm going to use that. So that'll be fine. So I'm just going to go back and forth right here. And then we'll just glue this on. What time have we got? Oh, look. Hey, this is going to be just about perfect for us. Oh my gosh, now I got a big knot. Okay. Let's just trim that off and be done with it. Okay. So, let's put this here. And we'll just put this here. And yeah, if I don't, I could almost pull this around over itself. I think I'll just put this here for now. I can work on that in a little bit because we got to still get it onto our case. And we'll put our little, whoa! That's dangerous. And this part's going to take a little bit to dry, but that'll stay there. And then this, you know what, you guys, I had all of, this was from a stamp set, and I had all of them numbered, and that was how I kept track of them. I had a picture of all of them so I could, you know, scroll through on my computer and see the pictures, and so I had them numbered. So I need to get this off of there, and I'm hoping that a little bit of it was just like Sharpie, so I'm just hoping that this will take that off, because I don't need 118 showing. Oh yeah, there we go. Because, you know, Sharpies are basically an alcohol marker. And so if you use alcohol to get alcohol off, it makes it easy to clean off, guys. Okay. There we go. So there's our thing like that. And we can just glue this on. And you know what? I really, I wondered if I should put something else on the case. But you know what? This thing covers most of the case, right? So why bother? Why bother putting a bunch more stuff on there? And so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue down. Now, is this going to glass, fabric, lace? I don't know if this is going to bond to this, but you know what? Why do I care? I know this will. Thanks, Sue. Thanks, Laura. Let's just put this on here. You guys, this is like so thin coming out of here, and I've just been fighting with my little needle nose bottle. So we'll just get that on there. Oh, I hear them shaking around. Did you hear it? They're doing their job already. Doing their job. Okay, so now we got just a tiny bit of the corners sticking out. There we go. Oh my gosh. Is that fun or what? And actually, you know what? You know what we could do? Here's some more of this fabric right here. And it had some holes in it. You know what we could do? We could take a tiny piece and just tear off a little section. And just stick it on there. And just gather it up a little bit more. And stick it under there if we wanted to. And just put it in there. I don't know. It doesn't exactly match. I'm not sure that that's helpful. That might seem silly. Now, if I would have had something else, like a little bit of netting or something, that would have been kind of cute. That's what I really needed. Well, actually, I could pull this around here and glue that and it would stay. But I like the idea of using something else on it. Oh, looky here. Oh, hey. Hey, I got a bulb pin, you guys. Let's see if we can find one with a shank. Let's see. We got these already poured out here. I don't know. I almost feel like I need one that's kind of bigger. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, or maybe several. How about several? Maybe we could get 3. Is there 3? Oh, here's another one. I think that might be like the other one. Let me see if I can get them in there. Thanks for being with me today, you guys. And in just a couple minutes, Celeste is going to be on. We'll see what she's going to do for our Vintage Wednesday. See if we can get this on here. Well, I can't get it closed. Come on! Get in there! Oh my goodness. I can't get it latched. It's got room, I just can't see it to get it in there. I don't have the feel. What in the world? It's like it never knew it was supposed to be there. I know I can do it, you guys. But can I? Oh, I did it. I got it. Maybe I got it, but I didn't get it hooked through the other side. Oh my word. Okay, I'm gonna try again. That's like an optical illusion trying to get that little thing in there. That's funny. It's like it just circles around. Did you know this was going to be the hardest part of my craft, was trying to get the safety pin, the bulb pin closed? Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Get it closed. You guys, that is so ridiculous. It almost, no idea. No idea. Let me see if I take one off, if it's easier to get closed. Well, I for sure can pull it out and see it better. You know what? It's almost, that is so weird. It's almost like it got pinched. Seriously, it's like it won't close. Good idea, though. Good idea. You guys, thanks so much. My time is over. Let's go over and see Celeste. And if you're not watching in the Crafty Bunch group, I hope that you'll go over there, because that's just easy. We still have... oh gosh, I can't remember how many more. I know there's at least one other person on after Celeste too. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time, you guys. Bye-bye. Take care.